Hey everybody, welcome back to Coffee with Josh. I've got my coffee here. Hope you have yours with you as well. So let's dive right into today's topic. This week we're back at the 12 core concepts of trauma from the NCTSN, or the National Child Traumatic Stress Network. And today we're talking about number 4, children can exhibit a wide range of reactions to trauma and loss. So, one of the things that we often talk about in our trainings, particularly with educators, is recognizing and understanding that when we look at the symptomology of trauma, they mimic a lot of other diagnoses, like maybe problems with focus, problems with attention, hypervigilance. Some of these things can really start to look like ADHD, for example. And so, really a key part of having a very broad range of understanding of the symptoms and reactions that kids and teens can have when they come into our office is that, really taking a step back is this ADHD, or do I need to do some further digging? Is there trauma history here? And may these symptoms be related to a trauma exposure? What kind of adverse childhood experiences has this child had? Are you, asking yourself, are you using some kind of trauma checklist, to make sure that you're asking questions for a broad range of traumas? And that, that an important part of a competent assessment, accurate diagnosis, and effective interventions is making sure that we have an understanding of whether or not there's trauma exposure or not. Because, like I said, so many of those symptoms can mimic other diagnoses, and the symptoms that are related to those diagnoses, that we can miss that trauma piece. And if we're trying to treat somebody for ADHD, but those symptoms are really related to trauma, we're not going to have the outcome that we're hoping, and ultimately we're not helping improve this child's experience and their recovery and their quality of life. So, really taking a step back and asking yourself and going through the process, do I understand, 1, does this child have a trauma history? 2, do I understand what that trauma history is? And 3, what are the symptoms that are related, or the reactions that are related to this trauma history? And how does that maybe line up with some of the other diagnoses or other things that I'm seeing? So, hope this was helpful. It was great to see you again. Hope to see you next week. Thanks, everybody.